Good morning, traders. So, still looking at the Bill Williams, and we're looking at the Dow Jones, and we're starting off with the weekly. So, what I want to do here is just get this last breakout level in on the weekly, which is this level here. Okay, and that's 23,146. Then I just want to see. Okay, so we bounced off this inside tail here. Okay, that's not an inside tail. We did have a 200 EMA pretty close as well, so that was a fairly decent level to bounce off, but not. I would have preferred it coming off sort of this fractal level here. Okay, so it has penetrated this fractal. It didn't quite break this fractal level, so it's not a level that has bounced off. That's I think that's what I'm getting at. So it's left the level sort of hanging, and there's another level further down. But anyway, so that's on the weekly. If we just look at the daily, you can see we've had a massive gap up. So yesterday we were up 4%. So it's 1,000 points at the moment that we're up from the low. V reversals are rare. So this is based on data that's come out. So I would take this with a little bit of salt. So in other words, I'd be watching. Let's put these levels in. So just draw your levels on your inside tails. There's one. That one lines up with two, and you can put a third one in underneath there. Yeah, and maybe just put the fourth one in. Right, so what I've done is I've picked up these inside tails here. Now, those are the levels that I would expect some kind of resistance off for a continuation to the downside. Okay, if we just do this trend line here, that would show you what the most logical one is. So, most logical one is going to be this 23,146, but we'll have a look at that on the lower time frames now. I just want to tidy this trend line up. There it is there. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. If you look at the 4 hour, we are pretty much exhausted here. So I would expect probably either sideways or sideways to downward motion and come and close these gaps and start building some structure for a potential turn, or alternatively for a continuation to the downside. So for me, trading volumes are going to be very thin. So I'm kind of looking at this continuation diversion that is forming. We have this massive gap up. We found some resistance here, which it is a level. Okay, so that is an inside tail there where we're hovering off. And now what we're looking for to see what's going to happen. Okay, so bottom line for me is I would be looking for a short somewhere around in this area. May still rally a little bit more, but I'll be gearing up to get my short in and trade with the bigger trend. So the only thing that's going to change my mind is if we manage to stay above the alligator on the 1 hour. So in other words, we've broken up above the alligator now. I'd like to see a pullback, hold the pullback here with the alligator pointing up, and then get in for the long and ride it. But at this stage, oscillators are grouped at the top. We have got a breakthrough on the autumn oscillator, which is indicating a potential trend change, and you'll notice that coincides with the break of the alligator. So now there are some warnings, but the bigger trend is down. So in other words, still trade with the trend until the trend has officially changed. So whatever short you do get in here, you need to look at these fractal levels to the left here as your stop levels. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this. And to be honest with you, I would really watch these 1 hour fractional levels. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and that level up there coincides with that one there. Okay, so that's kind of what I'll be looking for. Somewhere around where we are now, 23,827, or that's not 23, sorry, 22,827, or 22,924, or 23,050, and ultimately would be 23,500, 23,510. That is definitely an area that I'll be looking to get in short. Okay, so not really going to trace along, same as the DAX. Look for the short setup, get in for the short, and trade with the current trend. So just bear in mind that this could be a trend reversal that is brewing. So in other words, rally up like a comeback, test the alligator, and then continue rallying up. Okay, so that's kind of my view of the land at the moment. And ultimately, it's we've got some good trade data that's come out, but you don't know what's going to happen with the political noise that may pick up as well, which will reverse this thing. And I don't really want to trace something long when the oscillator is grouped up here in the overbought territory. Anyway, so I'd like to see it grouped down the bottom, and that would give me the entry for my long. So I think it's a game of patience for the long. Still looking for the short, and I'll watch these levels. Quite interesting to see if they hold or they manage to get the sellers stepping in, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm still looking for the short. May get stopped out, but it's just part of my rule. The trend is down at the moment. Got to trade with the trend until I see a confirmation of the turn, and I don't see that yet. Okay, so that's it to me. Nice, short and sweet. Hope it helps. And yeah, I'm still looking for the short. The only thing that's going to change my mind is a breakthrough 23,520. Okay, anyway, guys, hope that helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.